nice, I hear you.
So today I'm gonna make a quick trap beat in Studio One. Let's get into it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna open up a new song and we're gonna just go empty song. We'll call this beat. All right, so now when I open up Studio One, the first thing I like to do is I like to set some parameters. Since we're making a trap beat, we're gonna go with the higher BPM, and the first thing I like to do is adjust my BPM. So we'll make this, 155 is all right. So with me in trap beats, I like to be anywhere between 140 and 160, just how I'm feeling. I'm not gonna lie, every time I open the program, I just put on a random BPM and then we just work. So next thing I like to do is we'll use stock plugins. You probably don't have the same effects I do, so we'll just use what comes with the program. And we'll use Mai Tai. We're gonna take a Mai Tai and we're gonna drag it, okay? Now with Mai Tai, there's a certain preset I like to use, and it's in bass, and I like to start with a tape and old keys. It's a good starting point. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of here and we're gonna pop up our edit track. Once we put up our edit screen, I'm gonna adjust a couple more things. Now, what I like to do is I like to take the audition notes off and I like to turn this scale on. Now, what this means is that it's gonna highlight all the notes and allow you to only use notes that work with this key. So no matter where you place these notes, it's always gonna like sound good. Quick tip, if you're gonna do like trap and like dark sounding, sad sounding melodies, you're gonna wanna use minors. And if you want like club banger, uppity, happy, you're gonna wanna go with like chromatic and major. And then also my key, I kinda do like my BPM, I go random. I don't use C every time. Like I'll open this up and then I'll make, like this beat I'll make in C, and then maybe the next one I'll go E, and then maybe the next one I'll go F. So just switch up your key too every so often so that, you know, all your beats aren't sounding the same. Once we get in and we zoom in a little bit on the keys, what I like to do is we're gonna go ahead and set our loop. So now I'm gonna go to the end of 5, which is really the end of 4th bar, and then we're gonna turn our loop on. So now when I'm building a melody, it'll just repeat itself, and that'll help me, you know, keep everything in time. So now it's important to know that when we're working with the bars and melodies and writing melodies, that you either wanna work with the end of 5 or all the way to 9. And now why this is important is because in music, we work in increments of 4. Everything is 4 count because the end and the start of 9 is actually 8 bars. You can either make a melody to 5, which is really 4 bars, because at the end of this 4th bar, it repeats, or you could come to 9, which is not 9 bars. I know what you're thinking, oh, it's at 9, it's 9 bars, but it's not. It hits this 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it jumps back. So now we're gonna take and we're gonna roll out to 5, okay? And then we'll zoom in a little bit, and then we're just gonna place a note. So we'll work in C3, perfect. And now we'll go, fulls. And then I'll just go every other one. So we'll just come up to here. And now what this does right here over your length, this is just selects the length of your note. So I'm just using force. And then we'll come up, you know, just something simple. You know, just something simple like that. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold down the control button. It's gonna give me the mouse. I'm gonna hold down my mouse, and then I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna hold the control button again, and we're gonna drag these over to the 3rd bar. And then now on this 4th one, we'll just add something more, like one more note to it. So we'll come up. And then actually we're gonna put these on, let's put these on 4. Just something simple like that, you know. With making beats, keeping it simple is the best thing you can do. So the next thing we're gonna do is we'll put on another Mai Tai. And then this time I like to go bell, and we'll use this stereotic. And then now we'll turn this down a little bit because we want it to be behind. And then now what we'll do is same thing. We'll take our pencil tool, we'll roll out 5, perfect. And then now we'll do the same thing. Come down here, C4, and we'll do the same thing. So now we're gonna go a whole bar. So now we'll come over here, go half a bar, and same thing. And just play some bars up here. Yeah. Same thing. So then we'll come over here, track it. So then what we can do is we can go, what I like to do is put it on 4th and then do some like fill-ins, so like in-betweens. So, you know, something like this. And then maybe come over here on this one. Okay, and then maybe come right here, and we'll do the same thing. And then we'll go back to this one, and let's just put a note. Okay, nothing, nothing too crazy. The goal of this is by no means am I trying to make you like a hit record or a hit beat. If it was for me, I'd take my time a little more on the melody, but like this is just to show you, like the techniques and basically just the whole gist and speed your workflow up a little bit. And then another thing I hear or get asked about is like, oh, the piano roll. I don't understand how you do the piano roll or how you're so fast at the piano roll, but like really understanding the piano roll and being a goat at the piano roll is just understanding like your hotkeys and what each key does. If I'm in this pencil tool, the control and the alt, like they do different things, So understanding like how to use the hotkeys to highlight notes and then being able to move them and duplicate them, like that's really crucial in understanding and being fast at the piano roll. So now one thing I'll do too is I'll come over here and I'll take this first one and we'll make a copy, right click, and we're just gonna go duplicate complete. The reason why I do complete is because if you just do duplicate, these will link together, and like if you turn one down, it turns the other one down and it groups them, so I don't like doing that. So we're gonna turn this one down just a little more, and then we'll add like an effect and make this one like trippier, This is what I call like a verse runner, and the reason why I do this is just, on the verse, it just, makes it sound a little different. So then I'll, put like like a flanger, let's put a flanger on here, and then what I'll do is I'll just give it some feedback all the way. Turn the delay up, turn the speed up just a little bit, and then that's good. So let me hear it real quick. Yeah, that's good. So now what I'll do too, after I put like an effect, and then what I'll do is I'll pull up the mixer, and then what I like to do too is just put an EQ on everything. So what I'll do, we'll go PreSonus, and we'll go Pro EQ, okay, and then we'll just go 80, turn it on, high cut, just high cut a little bit, push everything in this middle. Good, and then we'll go ahead and copy it all. Okay, so now, if you want to add some more melody or do something with some melodies or make it, you can add more, but we'll just say, okay, that's good for the melody, and let's do our drums. So now we'll get out of mix, and for drums, you go to your files, and then you'll go wherever your kit is. I have a kit pulled up right here. I'll just use this one. So we'll go hi-hat first. I'll use this first one. That's a good hi-hat. So now for this hi-hat, what I like to do is when I find the drum or the drum I like, we'll right click and we're gonna go send to sample 1. So now, once we send the sample 1, I don't really touch anything on it. We're just gonna go right click, edit track. Same thing, you're gonna take your pencil tool and you're just gonna pencil out 5. Now for the hi-hats, what I do is something real easy. Same thing, we're just gonna go ahead and open these up a little more. Now what I do is I go to 8s, okay? And then you go to your C3, you can turn this down a little bit more because I know it's gonna be loud. Perfect. Now what I like to do is I like to hold Alt or the button next to the spacebar if you're on Mac, and it makes a little line under the pencil, and then you can just hold down your mouse and just paint these all the way across. And that's your hi-hat. See, nothing crazy. Easy peasy. So now, once we got our hi-hat, you can come to 16ths and we can do some accents, or what I call accents. So you just come up here, maybe one right here, one right here, one right there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Come down here. Come down here. And then maybe like. And then one more. And then that's easy. So that's your hi-hat. Done. Now we can go to our clap. I'll use this first one. Perfect. Nice and crunchy. So we'll go send the sample 1. Perfect. Now it changed it for me. So I'm just going to pencil out 5. Now your claps and your snares or whatever you're going to do, they're always going to go on your thirds. So we'll go on your C3. We'll turn this down a little bit. And then C3 will go on your third. So 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. And I know you know where the last one's going to go. Perfect. So now what you can do, let's say, okay, we'll add an 808 or a bass. Why not? Let's see. So we'll use this one. Send the sample 1. Easy peasy. Roll out 5. We're going to start on C3. Always on C3. So we'll come out to here. Let's go half on these. Turn this down. Then I'll just do something like that. Just simple. I'm not really, I'm not trying to make a hit or nothing. I'm just trying to show you. So now, let's say, you did all your drums, you did all your melodies, and you're like, okay, now I want to put the beat together. So now you're ready to put it together. I'll kind of close this down. And then what I'll do is I'll zoom out a little bit, and then you'll turn your loop off. Okay, and then we'll just zoom out. And then what I'll do is highlight these, and then we'll just put 3, okay? Now you're just gonna do like 3. And then on this first one, just take all the drums out. And then now you got your intro. These 2 are your hooks. And then you're gonna get the melodies. So remember I took these 2 and these 2. So now I'm just gonna use these as my verse melodies. Okay, and then let's see, this is my hi-hat. We'll bring in the hi-hats after that breakdown. Okay, and then now we'll bring in the clap. Yeah, perfect. And then we can bring our clap right here too. Our bass. Also, we're bringing bass back in. And you know, however you want to do it. That's just kind of how I would do it. And then we'll bring it out. And then now you can take these just like this. Okay. And then hold down Alt. And then drag this. And now look. Boom. That's it. So then what I like to do is then I come over here. Highlight these. And then put that last hook at the end. So now that's it. Beat's done. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy. And now look, you have your intro, your hook, your verse, back into the hook, second verse, last hook. Now, if you want to come over here, you know, and add like an outro or anything, you know, you can. You know, some people do, some people don't. It's up to you. So, and that's all there is to it. So now, you know, kind of play the intro. I'll kind of just play it for here. It's going to be your intro, and then... breakdown right here. So that's all there really is to, you know, making a beat in Studio One. You know, it's not as complicated as it looks. You know, if you feel like there was something that I didn't go over or you would like to see more of, just leave a comment. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe.